camera over there that we can check out also.
Let me look.
Not positive on that, but I believe there might be a camera we can check there also. So once again, the area of possible rotation is here east of wind. It's right here, and it is moving to the east at, did you say 45?
Yes.
Okay. Moving to the east at 45.
And I have no cameras.
No cameras through there. That's fine. Let's take this a little farther. If this all holds together, it's going to have it into Parkin 257, Smithdale 301, Earl 305. It's going to have it into Crittenden at 306, Booker 320, Clarkdale at 323. All right, let's go to the camera. There's a camera down here on I-40 that is on the right side of your screen would be the storm. So you can kind of see it is darker there on the horizon there. Can't really get into the storm too much, but
That camera is also pointing to the east, so.
No, that's the westbound camera there.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one then.
Yep.
My apologies.
Yeah, so that's going to stay to the north of I-40, so that's good. All right, let's go back to radar. All right, back to radar now, and you can see here's the area that we're concerned with that's moving to the east. We need people in Parkin, Earl, Crawfordsville to be in your tornado safe spot, probably even Turl. You're officially under the tornado warning also. You've got some time. Wind, you're officially in the warning, but it's moving away from you. So I want to give you a little bit of peace of mind on that also. You know, this all kind of ramped up when these cells started merging together. If you notice, this was one cell right here. And if I play this for you over the past little bit, you can see as soon as that storm caught up to this one, that's when things started getting dicey with this one. So we went from a severe thunderstorm warning to a tornado warning quite fast. We do have trained spotters on this storm, so I'm sure we'll get some reports if there is anything to this. Radar looks concerning, but it's good to have eyes on the storm also. We've got two areas of strong wind with a severe thunderstorm warning going on in Mississippi County and eastern parts of Poinsett County. You can see those storms there also. We're not forgetting about those. We're watching those also. If you've been on the live stream with us for the past hour, we've been watching these also as they continue to move to the east. But once tornado warnings start coming in, we do try to kind of hone in on them. They are the biggest threat to life and property. So we're watching the storms. In fact, we've got eyes on the storms up here also. So if anything changes on that, I will get an update. But if you're just now joining us, got tornado warning in effect. This thing's moving on along down Highway 64. Tornado warning in effect. Parkin, Earl, Crawfordsville need to be in your tornado safe spot. This is coming into Parkin right now. We said 257. That'll be about right, but let's see if we got any debris on this thing.
Also worth noting that it's capable of producing golf ball sized hail.
Yeah, you know, we were seeing the winds aloft with it, or we were looking at sorry, I'm thinking and talking at the same time. We were looking just a little bit ago at the hailstones lofted up into the storm. They may have dropped now. Not seeing that quite as much at the moment. You can actually get a 3D look at the wind sometimes. Let's go back to radar. But they said they had eyes on the storm. Have they said anything else about what the spotters are showing?
Nope. The last thing I heard was that they had it on video feed 22 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And that was it.
I wonder if they still have eyes on the storm.
So.
I may write them real fast.
Yeah. So I'm still watching the storm as well. It continues to strengthen. We just got a new radar scan in. If you want to go ahead and pull up Max 2, I can try to talk over that. But we're looking at this storm rotating near Parkin right now. So it's right on top of you guys. It's heading toward Earl, Coldwater officially in this warning, as well as Turl and Clarkdale, Crawfordsville, Jeanette, Marion. You all want to be in your safe space right now. Remember, your safe space is an interior room, the lowest level of your home. If you have a basement or a storm shelter, that's the best place. If you don't, You want as many walls between you and the outside as possible, where you know that every wall that you're looking at is facing or is not facing the outside. You don't want any windows near you at all. And you want to cover up your head too, whether that be with simply just your arms or with some sort of helmet or pillow, anything like that to cover up your head. I want to put Storm Track on this as well. This is moving to the east-northeast kind of at about 45 miles an hour, and we'll be able to barely fit that in here, but Parkin, it is right on top of you guys. Also, keep in mind, if you've been watching us on the live stream and you're still watching us on the stream, there's going to be a little bit of a delay, so look at the upper right-hand corner of your screen at that time. That's the time it is right now. Go ahead and look at your watch, look at your smartphone, and match that up so you can see how much of a delay there is. Parkin, it's right on top of you right now, getting closer to Earl at 3:04, getting over to Heifer at 3:16, getting over to Turl at 3:22, and getting over to Frenchman's Bayou at 3:30. So this is the storm that we're watching right now, and that's where it's continuing to move toward as it exits into Mississippi County. Right now, it is still in Cross County when you guys are in that tornado warning officially. I don't know if your tornado sirens are going off right now, but that area of rotation that we're watching has passed wind. It actually formed for the most part outside of wind. You guys probably got in on some hail, and you guys would not be alone in that either. There's been I don't want to say an obvious hail signature on this, but there's been evidence that we've been seeing some hail with this, and we're continuing to watch the possibility of that. And if not still actively seeing hail, it's likely that it just fell out of the cloud, which is when it creates problems.
We got a new severe thunderstorm warning also that is in effect. Severe thunderstorm warning is now in effect for Poinsett County. That's this polygon here. So we had one, we got another one coming in now, and we've got really strong wind going on right now in Mark Tree. If you notice here, you get into this a little bit, you have really strong wind right here coming through. That's probably 40, 50, 60 mile per hour wind coming through at the moment. So severe thunderstorm warning has been issued on. Let's take a look at the Mark Tree camera right now on Interstate 555. Not great driving conditions right now. That's not hail, is it? No, that's.
No, I don't think so. Big raindrops.
Yeah.
But this severe thunderstorm warning is for kind of the bare minimum criteria: 60 mile an hour wind gust and quarter-sized hail.
Okay.
It expires at 3:15, so we're still with this for about 16 minutes.
You know, this is one of those situations also, if you noticed on that camera, you could see that there was light. It looks like the sun is shining probably back to the west. And that's kind of the situation we're in right now, is where you get right out of these storms and you get into the sunshine. Something I just noticed also, look at the tree on the right side there. You just barely get a look at it, but it is blowing around like crazy right now. So seeing 50 to 60 mile per hour winds is not out of the question. And also ponding on the roadways. Look how much road spray is coming off of these cars. So if you know people that are traveling right now through this, you may give them a call, say, hey, you're going to deal with some pretty strong wind and ponding on the roadway. So your hydroplaning threat goes up as well. So strong gusty winds all in this bright green right through here. If you look at the legend, this is probably 50 to 60 mile per hour wind coming through Mark Tree right now with a severe thunderstorm warning and quarter-size hail possible. Go back into the Mississippi County area, strong gusty wind continuing from Osceola, but really the strongest wind right now is right here. That's going to be between County Road 940. This is going to be between Dice and Joyner right now, going across Interstate 55. Do we have any cameras through here? So there's Joyner. It'd be interesting to see what it looks like on Interstate 55 there also. Not sure if we've got an area through there, because let's take a look at the Joyner camera. There we go. Well, that shocked me. That must be just down. Let me look at here. Just outside of the rain, because that is
Surprisingly dry.
Yeah, that is just outside of the rain. I mean, north of there, you can see the heavy rain. Look there on the horizon. It is just coming down right there at the kind of the horizon there. but look how calm the wind is. So this storm's passing just to the north of this camera here. Look at the brake lights. See that up there at the top?
Everybody's slowing down.
Everybody's slowing down right through there. So, yeah, nasty storm crossing over 55 right now. So once again, severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for that area also. It's good to get a big wide perspective, kind of give you an idea of what's going on. Severe thunderstorm warning, Mississippi County. Severe thunderstorm warning, Mark Tree, eastern Poinsett County over into Mississippi County. We continue with the tornado warning. That's coming out of Cross County, coming into Crittenden County. This is the area of rotation between Parkin and Earl right now, but it doesn't look as impressive as it did earlier. All right, let's go to another camera. Ooh, boy, that is some heavy rain. Now, what exit is this one right here? Did you say this is right beside Rivercrest? Okay, so this is by Rivercrest High School. This is going to be right around the Marie area, and this is right in the middle of some very strong wind. Look at this, everybody's stopping. Boy, that's dangerous. Goodness gracious, that's dangerous. And I'll tell you why it's dangerous. Those people are stopped, and you can imagine some of these cars are coming in hot. They're coming in 60, 70 miles per hour. A lot of hazard lights going on right now to kind of warn people. That's super dangerous. I mean, you see how fast this 18-wheeler's coming in here right now. So if you know people that are out on the road, just tell them to take it easy. I know we can't slam on our brakes either, but this is just not the conditions you want to be in. Once again, this is Interstate 55 right in the severe thunderstorm. Severe thunderstorm warning is in effect right now. Very heavy rain, 50, 60 mile per hour winds. We've got quarter-size hail. We got ponding on the roadway there. That right there just shows you some really, really bad driving conditions right now. I didn't know that. So they just said in my ear, Rivercrest is still in school today. Are they a year-round school? Or are they just still in for the summer?
I think it's just still spring semester.
Still spring semester. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. All right. Once again, all right, let's go back to radar. That's nasty. Let me show you where that is, what we were just looking at. If we widen back out, so heavy rain continues and wind to Parkin also. That tornado warning may not last. They may cancel that early, but that video that you were just now seeing is right there. It's like right in the middle of all this mess right here is where that camera is. It was right there. So we'll continue to watch that area also. Hopefully we don't find ourselves in a flash flooding threat, but if you notice, there's some locations that are in heavy rain, and they've got a lot more of it to go. I mean, think of Mississippi County right now. This is a farm country that, you know, I know some friends up here that farm right through here. The last thing they need is any rain, especially the heavy rain here that stretches all the way back past Lepanto and Mark Tree. So this is just, you know, bad situation right now. Severe thunderstorm warning, Mississippi County, eastern Poinsett County, and then down to the south we've got the tornado warning, which all of those clusters of storms are all kind of coming together now. I do not see the rotation that we had earlier.
No, I think it's trying to bow out. You can also kind of see that on radar too. Mm-hmm. It's really losing that hook that it once had, and it's starting to bow out a little bit just east of Parkin. And
you know, you mentioned this earlier about how all this would become one big line of storms, and it's kind of trying to do that now. I'd give it another 15 or 20 minutes. This is going to be a line of storms that moves over into western parts of Tennessee. If you're watching us in Harrisburg, Jonesboro, Paragould, Pocahontas, up to Evening Shade, Piggott, all the way up to Salem, you're in the clear now. Everything's good now. Sure, we've got a few little isolated showers and storms trying to pop up. Not worried about those. We'll keep a slight chance of rain in the forecast, but this is the mess right now. We told you it'd be out of here by 3 or 4. We're at 3:05 right now. I think that's going to be the case. I think we'll hit that deadline there of 3 to 4. Still some strong gusty wind east of Dice. That's going to be within the severe thunderstorm warning that we have right now. And that's continuing to move to the east. Truman, you have cleared and stopped now. Harrisburg's in the clear. Cherry Valley's actually in the clear now. Wind is still seeing really, really heavy rain. Gusty, strong winds down in the wind area also. We got some strong wind between Lepanto and to the east of Mark Tree. That's going to be right through here. Some strong gusty winds there as well.
Also, I'm looking at some data behind the scenes, and albeit a small difference, the energy is starting to go down with these storms as well, which is also an indication that eventually they're going to be weakening. But you can tell that we're still dealing with some strong storms. We have this active tornado warning, but I will say as of right now, it's really looking more like a straight line event than a tornado event. But at this point, even if it was a tornado, it wasn't going to be a very large one. It didn't have the indications of that. So it doesn't really matter if the wind is going straight or if it's spinning around. If you've got 70-mile-an-hour wind, you have 70-mile-an-hour wind. It's going to do some damage. I'm not saying that that's what we're seeing here right now, but it does look like the system is starting to bow out, looking a little less tornadic, but straight line winds definitely still can and do cause damage. So if we can go ahead and pull up, oh, you beat me to it, Max 2, going to just kind of zoom in and look at some of these places that are going to be dealing with the wind as it continues to push its way to the east. Earl, it's right on top of you, getting very close to Crawfordsville, Clarkdale, and Turl. It might go just south of you, but even if it doesn't, still some gusty wind about to move near you at the very least. We're still seeing some very heavy rain as well. Switching this over to radar, very unsafe travel conditions. We've been pulling up several traffic cameras, and a lot of them have just shown near whiteout conditions just because of how heavy the rain is falling. So you really don't want to be out in this if you can avoid it, and if you do have to be out, by all means, please take your time, because if you speed up at all, we're in a prime environment for hydroplaning. We do not want that to happen. But the reason why we're on air right now is because we have this tornado warning right here, which at the very least seems to be weakening a little bit. It doesn't look quite as, it doesn't have quite the rotation that we were once seeing, but still seeing some very gusty wind with it right along the Mississippi and Poinsett County line. So right between Parkin and Earls, we're starting to see this pocket of some faster wind trying to set up. I'll draw a little circle around it. So this is telling me that this is trying to bow out, get less rotation with it, but as it bows out, it's capable of producing some very gusty wind. And that was one of our higher threats today. It was hail, then wind, then tornado. So this is what we're seeing right now is this tornado warning. Officially, I think this is the one that expires at 3:30, so we still have several minutes with this, but it does appear to be less tornadic. But nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead, draw a storm track on this whole edge here and try to draw it out at about 45. Just so we can see. It's getting closer to Crittenden at 3:09, which is where you are right now, looking at Felco at 3:14, Hafer at 3:17, Turl at 3:23, Clarkdale at 3:26, and then it starts to move across the river shortly after that. If it holds together, it'll wind up moving into Tennessee after this warning expires. But meanwhile, this is still a strong storm, even if it wasn't a tornadic storm. We want to be in our safe spot. That's an interior room. We want to be inside for this. Even if this was just simply a severe thunderstorm warning or a special weather statement like what we were seeing earlier. This is not the environment that you want to be out in. I'm going to clear off the screen for just a second, show you what we're looking at with lightning. And we have just a lot of lightning with the storm, and that's unsafe on its own. But we do have the Clarkdale camera right now looking on 55 northbound. Looks like there has been some heavy rain.
Yeah, look way out there in the distance.
Yep.
You can see where the rain's really coming down also. So I think traffic's moving good there, but
Can't say the same for everyone
look
else.
all the way out there at the end of the interstate there. You can see how heavy the rain is there. So
Very low visibility as you get into this very heavy rain. It's just kind of parking itself in the same place. While Ryan was talking a moment ago, I wanted to look up to see what the radar was estimating for 1 hour rainfall totals. And this amount of rain in a short amount of time is definitely going to cause at least a few problems. You get closer to wind, and that's radar picking up on over an inch of rain anywhere where you're seeing yellow and orange on your screen. Keep in mind, these are just estimates, but it does give us a good idea of where some of the heaviest rain has fallen.
yeah, that is some heavy rain.
And we're definitely seeing some of that heavy rain, and it's continuing to push its way toward Parkin, places that are already dealing with windy conditions. So you combine the very heavy rain, the very fast wind. These are just not safe conditions to be in.
No, and even though the tornado threat has moved on by, you see this blue area through here. This is where winds are going 60 miles per hour. So this is some really, really strong wind going. Just came through wind after the tornado threat, but just really strong wind coming through, coming into Parkin, coming into Earl. And that's not the only spot that we have it. You come up here into parts of Poinsett County, Mississippi County, you see a little bit of blue here and a new warning. They just now issued a new severe thunderstorm warning for this also, and it's because of this wind. We're still seeing areas through here, 60 mile per hour wind. So that's a new warning that just now came out. I'm gonna widen out.
While you're doing that, they are canceling the tornado warning, but redrawing a larger severe thunderstorm warning to kind of clean up the picture.
Okay, I bet they're about to do that I think that's what they just did with this severe thunderstorm warning here too. If you notice, they're probably going to cancel these two polygons, and you're just going to have this one big warning that's going to take them over into Tennessee. And what Christine is talking about is the tornado warning is going to get dropped here shortly, and they'll make this an entire severe thunderstorm warning going to the east. So that is some good news. What we'll probably do, and let me just talk ahead for just a second, what we will probably do when that happens is we will join or give you regular programming back on NBC, ABC. We'll take a little break, and then we will stay on our live stream. So how you do that is if you go to the K8 News app, you click on the live section. If you go to the weather app, you scroll down, you'll see live update there. You can click there, or you can go on our website, KAIT8.com/livestream, and we'll continue the coverage there once this tornado warning does pass. If another tornado warning comes back out, we'll go back on KAIT. We'll just kind of go back and forth on there to continue to give you coverage, but to also let people watch their programming also. Because if you notice, the rest of Region 8 is in the clear. I had someone in Paragould just now say, are we in the clear? Yes. Harrisburg, Jonesboro, Pickett. Most of the area is in the clear now. So anyone that is east of this white line that I'm drawing, so all through here, you're good. Have a good evening. Storms are moving away from you. But in just a minute, when that tornado warning drops off, we're going to rejoin regular programming, and we're going to stay on the live stream from Mississippi County, Crittenden County, parts of Cross County, parts of Poinsett County. Once again, you can find that live feed on our app, on our weather app, or go to KAIT8.com/livestream, and we'll continue there also. So let me clear all these lines off the screen here, and we'll zoom in once again. Let me put it on the radar, and let's put this into motion. So you can see the line that's going away. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for Mississippi County. We do have spotters going in Mississippi County right now. Actually, one of them's my son. We've got more thunderstorms coming through Cross County, Crittenden County. These have severe thunderstorm warnings with them. Right now, I think the greatest threat is going to be 60 mile per hour winds. There is a hail threat there, but the wind seems to be the main issue. And we might start finding flash flooding is going to be an issue also, because some of these places are getting 1 to 2 inches of rain in a really short amount of time. So the tornado warning has been dropped. So what we're going to do, we're going to rejoin programming on NBC and ABC. We're going to continue covering these two severe thunderstorm warnings until they cross over the river on our live stream. You can find it on the app. You can find it on the weather app by scrolling down on the homepage just a bit, or you can go to KAIT8.com/livestream and watch us there. We're going to pause for a second, and then we're going to continue on the live stream as we rejoin regular programming. All right, we're continuing on the live stream now on the Roku app, on our website, on the...
Do I need to do it? Do I need to restart it?
Restart, Dorothy. Okay, we are back now on the live stream. Sorry about that. we're learning on how to do this. This is all, we're all in this new era of continuing live stream just to give you the most coverage that we possibly can. So when we're in tornado warnings, we're going to go on to the big stations. When we're in the live stream, we will cut back down on our coverage, but hopefully continuing to give you as much information as possible on the apps. And on the live streams and on the Roku app. Once again, I'm going to point out that when you're on the streaming services, some of them, not all of them, do have a little bit of a delay. So it is 3:16 right now. Look at your watch and see what it says to kind of see if you might have about a 90-second delay. So let's continue on now. Severe thunderstorm warning continues from Mississippi County, a little sliver of Poinsett County, Cross County, and Crittenden County. This is almost out of here. So once this crosses over the river, we're going to hand off coverage to our sister station, WMC. So we'll knock it down to Ron Childers and Eric Brill down at Channel 5, and they will continue it on into Tennessee, which, by the way, they already have their hands full because they've got tornado warnings over here in the Jackson area. So let's dive into this. Once again, heavy rain, unfortunately, continues for Mississippi County. These are places, these are farms that do not need this. We have had rain, I believe, 13 days out of the month of May. April was busy also. Last thing we need is rain. Hopefully, once we get this out of here, we'll dry out for a little bit. Marie continues to see some heavy rainfall. Joyner continues to see more rain to the west. Lepanto, this is about the end of it for you, Mark Tree. It's about to get a lot better. Truman, you're out of it now. Let's take a look at the wind in Mississippi County while we're here. Strong gusty winds around the Marie community, Joyner community. That continues to move to the east. Now, let's look back at radar and let's slide down to the south, taking into Crittenden County and into Cross County. So Turl community, you have not seen the heaviest rain. It's in between you and Earl right now. New radar scan coming in. Parkin, you're on the back side of it. When you're about to dry out. You got a little bit of rain to the northwest right now, but this is starting to move to the east. I'll tell you something else we're going to do. It is 3:20 right now. You have been here all day. So we're going to tell Christina Ballantyne to go home. She will be back with you tomorrow morning at 4:30 in the morning. We're going to continue this for a little bit more, and then on K8 News at 5 we'll have a full news update. So we're going to stick with you for a little bit longer until this kind of really gets out of Cross County, out of Mississippi County. Heavy rain continues there as well. Let's take a look at the wind down here, these bright shades of green and even a little bit of blue here. We're looking at storm relative velocity right now. It's kind of playing into the movement of the storms also. We're probably still seeing 50 to 60 mile per hour wind with this as it continues to move on to the east. Once again, you look at radar, we're on the tail end of this, and it's starting to pick up some steam also. So we're not even going to be on the live stream too much longer as this continues to move to the east. It's already starting to taper off through Mississippi County, parts of Crittenden County. That's when we're already starting to hand off the coverage to our Memphis station down at Channel 5. But we've got still some pretty strong wind going through Interstate 55 right now and through the Crittenden County and even the eastern parts of Cross County. Wind, you're drying out, but you still have a little bit of rain to your northwest. I think that's going to pass north of you, and then we're going to start quietening down even more. Let's look at the clouds here and see. Look how you get into the sunshine fairly fast. Go back to clouds for a second. Doesn't take long to get back in the, clouds and home button. Doesn't take long to get into the sunshine. All this is sunshine back here. So as soon as this passes on, we're going to see things get brighter fairly fast. Wouldn't be surprised also to see some rainbows out there. I bet we got rainbows coming in right now. I'm looking at some of the reports you guys have coming in on X. And I'm not seeing anything too terrible right now. Let me check in with the Weather Service.
One thing right behind this, it's
Yeah.
breezy.
Is it breezy?
It's breezy everywhere else.
Okay, so that wind is really going to kick up behind here also. Good. Bad news on this, it's breezy. That does get a little bit annoying. The good news on that is hopefully it'll start drying us out, especially with some sunshine out there. So we're going to continue on just a little bit longer and then hand this coverage off. If you notice, the heaviest rain's crossing over the river right now. It's coming out of Cross County now as well. So this isn't going to be too long. And I tell you, we're just not getting a lot of severe weather reports either. So tell you what we're going to do. I'm about to wrap up coverage, especially since we're not getting as many reports of the wind and everything. This is moving out. We're handing off coverage to our sister station, WMC Channel 5, down in the Memphis area. And then coming up on Kate News at 5, we'll take a look at any reports that we had come in. The evening is going to be quiet. The evening is going to be nice. So the wind is out there. It's breezy, but we're getting the storms out of here. We're going to have a couple mostly dry days. And I can't completely take the rain chances out, unfortunately. Mostly dry days, few, before rain chances ramp back up heading into the weekend. We're going to have a look at the 8-day forecast coming up on Kate News at 5 and 6. I'll also send out an update here shortly on the K8 weather app regarding the forecast. And I'm seeing if there's anything new. One second. And then we'll have a look at the 8-day forecast. Before I go, I want to look at one thing that they were just now talking about. This hail core right here. It's about to cross over the river. Let me stop this for just a second. This is going to move outside of Region 8, but this is passing to the south of Osceola right now. That is a decent little hail core. Oh, man. Yeah. See that? See that purple area right through here? This is hail that is lofted up into the storm and starting to make its way down now. Now, if you look at where that is in relationship to Osceola, there's Osceola right here. So this is passing just down to the south, probably pretty close to the San Sue area, probably really close to Big River Steel, getting some hail in the area. Okay, let me go back over to radar for just a second. This is crossing the river though right now. This is about to go into Tennessee, but not before putting down some large hail by San Sue, pretty close to Big River Steel there. Hate to see that. Kind of right here at the end, seeing hail core pop up. Not seeing any hail down here. Let me double check the wind here. Still some strong gusty winds here east of Earl. So be aware of that. That's about to cross over 55. So this is where 55 and 555 meet up. There's some strong wind coming through there right now. All right, that's about to all move out of here, and then we're going to see some sunshine. Tell you what, like I said just now, Kate News at 5 will be on here in just a little bit. I'll update the Kate weather app here shortly. We'll talk about a brief little break with some drier weather coming in, and then talk about the rain chances coming in for the weekend. Thanks for staying in with us here on the live report. We'll see you tonight on Kate News.